of them have what they do. So if you go to the wrong one, though, you tell them what you're there to do. They'll direct you to go to where you're supposed to, whatever you're supposed to. So if it is submission, they'll tell you, okay, you're supposed to go to address A, B, or C. So unless maybe your city doesn't have so many of them, and then they do everything like at one place, then well, that would be much better.
Okay. And also payment involved over there.
So the payment, well, it's entirely depends. Apart from paying for the state duty, so the state duty is not anything huge. Basically, each and every one of us pay. So whereas you're a foreign student, you pay. So that money we pay for the visas to be renewed every year. So that is a state duty. So at the time of doing mine, it was 1,600. But recently, I heard it's been increased to 1,950. I mean, in Star Report here, but I don't know if different cities have different monies they pay to have their visas renewed. And apart from paying that, you have to fill some forms. Now, those forms that you're supposed to be filling, mostly if you fill them by yourself, you don't pay, you pay nothing to fill them by yourself. But if the immigration officers should go ahead to fill them on your behalf, then you have to pay an amount. I think at the time it was around 5,600 or so. Now, if you decide to fill them on your own, you
again 5,000 what?
I think 5,600 or so. So
for someone to fill it on your behalf.
For the immigration officers to fill the forms on your behalf, yes.
That money goes to them personally, or it goes to the government?
The thing is, we are not paying by cash. So you pay, they take the machine and then you pay. So you can't tell whether it's going to the government or it's going to someone else's pocket.
So what if you are filling it by yourself? Do you still pay?
No, if you want to fill it by yourself, it's okay, it's fine, you can. But just make sure whatever you're filling is the right thing you're doing. They don't have issues with that. So you can choose.
And you don't pay?
No. You can choose.
So okay. So I'm a Russian guru and I think I can fill it by myself. I can just quickly fill it by myself and not pay that 5,000 something.
Yeah, so yeah.
That is in our city. Maybe it might differ in different cities.
It might be different in different cities. If you want to fill by yourself, you can go ahead and fill by yourself. You can tell them you want to fill it by yourself and go ahead and do that. But just make sure you don't make any mistake. Even if it is a full stop or a common mistake, you have to go back and redo the whole thing again. So if you think you can be going through that kind of stress here and there, back and forth, you can actually choose for them to do it on your behalf.
It's like 5,600 there.
600. So the thing is, you
plus the state duty. So
yeah,
that means we are looking at
7,000 to 8,000 thereabout.
Oh, okay. So that means if you hear that, there's money involved in it, is actually the immigration officers actually filling this for you, not because you have to pay that amount of this thing to apply for.
So mostly, yes. So the required fee is a state fee, the state duty,
which is like your normal visa
payment, yes.
Which was I think 1,600 and now
it's 1,950, almost 2,000.
Okay. I think before you go to this particular place, you said you needed a spravka from the school.
Yes.
So what does the spravka say exactly? You mean like the content from the spravka?
The content of the spravka is basically it just talks about the fact that you are still a student in a particular institution.
Okay.
So so you get it, and then in the spravka is indicated Mr. A is still a continuing student here. He's in the 3rd year of his studies and that, like something like that.
Okay. I heard a rumor, whether it might be true or not, that if you probably owe your university, they might not want to give you this spravka. Is it true?
Well, it varies from school to school. So some of them, for example, if it is semester you want to apply for it, and you need all those things from the dean's office or whichever office you need them for, the school can ask you to probably pay for this semester's fee and not the entire fee, or you can just actually you have to make your full payment before you can issue such a letter to you. So it depends. It varies from school to school. At the time I was going to take I think they asked whether I paid the fees. I said yes, and that was it. And they did everything. But the thing is, even at the time of doing, if you request from the school, like my school, or I completed from, they will go ahead and do it, and then it will be ready with them. If you go for the pickup, that is when they'll ask you, have you paid the semester's fees or have you paid the fees? If you say no, then that means you have to take care of that before they hand over the Spraffer to you.
Okay. So how long does it take for after you now go and apply? How long does it take before you get any information?
So so after applying, after your documents have been accepted, anyway, let me go over the documents again. So you fill the form, and then you have to go along with passport pictures. I think 4 of them. They have a specific size. So wherever you go and take the passport pictures, whoever is taking them, you tell them you need them for immigration staff. They know the sizes, the correct size. So not just any passport pictures.
So I can just use my passport pictures from Ghana.
No, you can't. So there's a specific size. It should be the size. So whoever we're taking the pictures.
Specific. Do they have specific backgrounds as well?
Yeah, mostly a white background.
Okay.
So whoever we're taking them, you tell the person, and the person, I mean, they're professional. They know the size already, so they'll just go with the size that's required. So the photographs and then your passports also. We all have international passports, so you have to translate the entire pages from page 1 to the last page, even empty pages. So where if you did transit somewhere, let's say in Egypt or Turkey, or there's a bit of Arabic in your passport or a bit of Turkish in your passport, they'll have to translate everything as well. So after that has been translated, you then notarize it, and then you put everything together. So passport together with a translation.
You need your passport translated, the
entire passport.
Entire passport. So for the Ghanaian passport, I think the regular one is 32 pages, and the I think advanced one is like 48, or diplomatic. Yeah, 48 pages. So you have to translate the entire pages.
So you have to translate the entire
and notarize it.
Notarize it.
So, okay. So I have my notarized and translated passport now. What else do I need? The passport pictures.
So the passport pictures, yes. So there's some, I think 4 of them as well. So the form, passport pictures, the passport, you translate it and notarize. That is the 3rd stage. The 4th document you're supposed to have is your immigration card. That's
your green dataroscopy card.
That's also required. But this one is the immigration card that they give you right at immigration, like at the point of entering into Russia Federation.
And you need that registration card.
Very good. So that's the immigration card. And then your registration. That means the registration of the place you live. So if it's in a hostel, they give you a registration. If it's an apartment, you should have a registration.
But you need the original for this, because I think the school keeps the original and they give you a copy. So
you just have to, it could be a copy, it could be anything. But because if you get there, they will not take the original from whatever you have. They'll just take a photocopy of what you have.
Oh, okay. So that means
a photocopy of what you have, of the immigration card and also the registration. And we've talked about the SPRAFCA and then the VPSCA as well. So that's also another thing. Your medical certificate, your police reports, and then your state duty fee. So these are the requirements.
Okay. So I've done all this. I've submitted. Let's say on the 10th of January. How long does it take?
So after submission, and going through a fingerprint processing, they will give
you go through a fingerprint.
Yeah, they'll take your thumbprint
on the same day.
Same day, yes. They'll take your thumbprints. So after that, after the inspector goes through your documents, and then if everything is okay and everything is accepted, she will issue out a SPRAFCA for you. Then last SPRAFCA, she will ask you.
Do they take your passport itself as well?
No, they don't. At that point, they don't. At that point, they don't. You just have to submit those documents. But after the documents have been submitted, if they are accepted, inspector will give you a SPRAFCA. And on that SPRAFCA, he or she will ask you to go to the nearest immigration office in your area where you live after 38 days.
In your area?
In your area where you live. Like, this is Stavropol I'm talking about, to be specific. So, in your area where you live. So, after those 38 days.
You said they will give me a SPRAFCA.
Yes.
But where I've been given the SPRAFCA, is it not an immigration place that I can revisit?
You can't reverse because they'll give you a specific place where to go to.
Oh, okay.
The immigration officer are there.
That means there will be an address on.
The inspector will tell you that after 38 working days, you're supposed to go to this immigration office or that immigration office. If you're supposed to come back to the same place, they'll tell you to come back to the same place.
Okay.
So instead of to be specific, they'll give you a spravka with the address of wherever you're supposed to go after 38 working days. And then when you go there, they will take the spravka and then they'll bring out some sheets where you're supposed to write like the name of it, just like a gavor, like an agreement. So they'll take the spravka and then you write your name and then you write your country. 2 copies. They'll keep one. You keep one. That is when your passport will be taken from you.
Okay.
And then mostly when it's taken from you, it's going to be with them for 2 weeks. That is
after the 38 days.
After 38 days.
Okay.
That is when your passport will be taken. So when the passport is taken, it's going to be with them for 2 weeks. And after the 2 weeks, that is when they will ask you to come for it. You either receive a mail or a call or nothing at all. You just have to go there. When you realize, oh, okay, it's past 2 weeks or today, it's actually the second week. You can go there by yourself and then you ask for it.
Okay, so 38 days plus 2 weeks, which is like 14 days. Yes. So adding up, we are looking at around
almost a month and maybe a month and a half actually.
Okay. Okay, so that means
most 2 months.
When is the perfect time to apply for this? Can I apply for my first year or in the middle of my program? Let's say I'm here for 6 years.